After leaving Heavenly Hampi, I got back on the train and went up to New Delhi and then Rishikesh and over to McLeod Ganj. McLeod Ganj is a small mountain suburb outside of Dharamshala, India. Northern and southern India could not be more different from each other. Southern India is hot and balmy and beachy, and northern India is crisp, cool, and mountainous. The vibe is just as different too. McLeod Ganj is at the base of the Dar mountain range and is surrounded by forests and evergreens. Something about the mountain air that just slows everything down. McLeod Ganj is known as Little Lhasa because of the large amount of Tibetan refugees who live there. When China began to occupy Tibet in the 1950s, the Dalai Lama, who was the religious and political leader at the time, eventually fled and set up the government of Tibet in exile here in 1960. And it's been here ever since. This town is important. It's the lifeblood of the Free, or now Save Tibet movement, and is a home for countless Tibetan refugees and their families. The Dalai Lama's official residence is here, and the main religion of the town is Mahayana Buddhism. Mahayana is one of the two major traditions in Buddhism, and it's characterized by the maroon robes and prayer flags and prayer wheels that are set up all over town. It's believed that when the wind blows through the flags or people spin the prayer wheels, mantras and prayers go up to the heavens. If you've been watching my videos, you might remember that I studied meditation and Buddhism at a jungle temple in Chiang Mai, and then I taught English to Buddhist monks in Luang Prabang. So this is all very interesting to me. I wanted to go to McLeod Ganj to take Buddhist philosophy classes and meditation classes at Tashita on the Tashita Mountain. But one of the biggest reasons I was here was to teach English to Tibetan refugees with LA. LA is a Tibetan social work organization, and you can sign up to volunteer and run your own classes if you can commit for at least a month. But even if you don't have that kind of time, you can still drop in and teach conversational classes, where you work with the more intermediate students who want to learn more English after hours. And that's how I met Kisan. I'm at Kisan's house and he's showing me how to make tentuk.
Yes, I'm showing.
Kisan is a student from my class, and he fled Tibet when he was 15 years old, leaving everyone he knew behind and starting a new life here in India. He lives in a studio apartment and works at a cafe while taking English classes and typing classes, so he can hopefully one day work for the Tibetan government in exile here in McLeod Ganj. So tentuk is traditional Tibetan food?
Yes, it's traditional. And it's also as well as modern too.
Yeah. There is so much to say about the political situation and the lives and the journey of the refugees here in McLeod Ganj. Kisan and I talked for hours about it, and I'm going to edit it all together so I can post it here. But for this video, I'm going to focus mostly on the good time we were having together, and of course, how to make tentuk too. Tentuk is a hearty vegetable soup, and it is the bomb. It's also labor intensive. Very hard at work. Chopped onions, peppers, tomatoes, and a mystery squash. Those veggies look so fresh. They are basically pulled directly out of the ground, sold on the side of the street, and then eaten within days. Nice. So if you're wondering why Kisan is doing all the work, he wouldn't let me help.
In Tibetan tradition, we don't let guests work on the first day because guests are very important. Then on the second day, let them work and you don't work.
You're gonna put me to work tomorrow when we make momos, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one kneading the dough.
Yeah.
I need to get my muscles in shape. So we made the dough, and I mean Kisan made the dough, and then we sauteed the tomatoes, onions, and peppers together in a pan with some olive oil, and then added water to simmer. Holy cow, the smell. He put the littlest bit of spices in there, and the entire apartment smelled divine. Yes, I just used the word divine. It smells amazing. Amazing works too. The noodles were definitely the most fun part. You take little rolls of dough and then you stretch them out into these long tendrils. And I have no idea how they did not break. I kept on waiting for it to just snap and then go all over the floor.
This.
It's so thin and it's so stretched. All the way down. How does it not break? That's crazy how it doesn't break.
I've been doing it for a long time.
So apparently when you knead the hell out of dough, it gets super gummy and almost has the consistency of like a rubber band. Oh wow, yeah, it's like a rubber band. I couldn't believe it, but it never broke.
Now you make it two pieces.
So we started off slow. And then what the heck? He's just flicking it like it's not, like no big deal. MPD. Then you add the spring onions, mushrooms, and bok choy, and you wait. I think we did good. Do you approve?
Yes, very great.
Homemade tentuk is out of control good, and being able to hang out with Kisan and learn about his life here in India and how it was in Tibet was amazing. But as he said earlier, guests aren't allowed to help with the first meal. But there are so many Tibetan dishes I want to learn, and I owe Kisan dinner. Coming up next are momos. Kisan's not the only one working in the kitchen this time. So you're telling me I have to cook?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you how much of a disaster I am in the kitchen?